Before the headlines, before the courtroom sketches, before the documentaries and the myths, there were numbers, not rumors, not legends, not campfire horror stories. Numbers, a body count, is the most brutal kind of math. It does not care about charisma. It does not care about excuses. It does not care about mythology. It simply tallies the dead. Welcome to the 100 most deadly serial killers, ranked by body count, across continents, across decades, from hospital wards to abandoned farmhouses, from war zones to quiet suburbs where porch lights still flicker at dusk. Some killed for control, some for profit, some for ideology, some because something inside them was broken beyond repair. Here we strip away the Hollywood fog. We measure scale from names the world knows, like Ted Bundy, John Wayne Gacy, and Gary Ridgway, to those whose numbers dwarf them in silence, like Harold Shipman and Pedro Lopez. Some counts are confirmed, some are suspected. Some may never be fully known. This is not about spectacle. It is about scale. We begin at the lower end of the list, and as we climb toward number 1, the weight grows heavier, because the higher we go, the larger the number, and the darker the shadow. This is Behind the Veil Truths. Let's start counting. A number, a name. An account that cannot be undone. Tonight's entry, rank number 111, confirmed victims, 11 plus suspected. This is the story behind the number. The house on Imperial Avenue did not whisper its secrets. It rotted with them. By the time police pushed open the door on October 29, 2009, the air inside felt alive, thick and sour, like something breathing back. Officers would later say the smell hit them first. Then the bodies. 2 women in plain sight, more waiting in the shadows. But the story did not begin in that house. It began decades earlier with a boy no one feared. The boy no one noticed, Anthony Sowell, was born in Cleveland, Ohio on August 19, 1959. His father vanished before he arrived. His mother stayed, strict and unyielding, sometimes punishing him with an electrical cord. Yet neighbors remember something almost contradictory. A quiet boy, polite, withdrawn but not alarming. No one recalls rage in his eye. No one sensed a storm forming. That is often how monsters are made. Not loudly, not dramatically, just slowly. In 1977, Sowell dropped out of school and joined the Marines. For 8 years, he wore the uniform. He served in Japan. He married a fellow soldier, Kim Yvette Lawson. On paper, it looked like structure had steadied him, but alcohol gnawed at the edges. The marriage cracked. By 1985, he left both the Corps and his wife and returned to East Cleveland. And East Cleveland had changed. Do you like the content? Join the channel now and subscribe. We love true crime stories. A neighborhood in decay. The streets he returned to were no longer middle class and tidy. They pulsed with crack addiction, prostitution, and desperation. The kind of place where people slipped through cracks and rarely climbed back out. Sowell blended in. Disorderly conduct, DUI, public drunkenness, narcotics possession. His name began appearing in police records with quiet regularity. Then the bodies began appearing too. Young women strangled, 3 within a year. Sowell was suspected, but suspicion without proof is just smoke. The police had nothing solid. He walked, but not for long. The rapist who fell asleep. In the late 1980s, Sowell was charged with raping a 21-year-old woman. He skipped bail and disappeared. Months later, he re-emerged and committed a near-identical assault. After brutally raping the second victim, he passed out drunk. That mistake saved her life. She escaped and returned with police. He was still there, sleeping. Sowell pleaded guilty and received a 15-year sentence. Inside prison, he behaved well, quiet, cooperative, no trouble, but he served every year. And when he walked free in June 2005, East Cleveland welcomed him back without knowing what it had unlocked. The helpful neighbor. At 45, Anthony Sowell seemed reformed. He rented a home at 12205 Imperial Avenue, found steady work at Custom Rubber Corp., stayed sober, or so it appeared. He even helped local crack-addicted women, offering shelter and protection. At least 4 later testified that he gave them refuge. He was dating Lori Frazier, niece of Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson. They lived together from 2005 to 2007. To outsiders, it looked almost ordinary. For a brief moment, it seemed the past had been buried. Then it began again. The disappearances. Crystal Dozier vanished in May 2007. Tishana Culver disappeared the following year. Leshanda Long, Michelle Mason, Tonya Carmichael, Nancy Cobbs, Imelda Hunter, Talacia Fortson, Janice Webb, Kim Yvette Smith. The names stacked like gravestones. Most were struggling with addiction. Many were last seen near Imperial Avenue. Families hung flyers. Mothers waited. Sisters searched. Anthony Sowell knew exactly where they were. The warnings ignored. The clues were not hidden. In December 2008, Gladys Wade accused Sowell of rape and attempted murder. He claimed it was consensual. Police declined to pursue it. In September 2009, restaurant owner Fawcett Best saw something chilling. Sowell naked in bushes, beating a naked woman. He called 911. Officers arrived hours later. They did not question Sowell. Then on September 22nd, another woman escaped after Sowell choked her with an extension cord and raped her. She reported it immediately. Police took 36 days to follow up. During that window, a neighbor saw a naked woman leap from Sowell's second-story window. 36 days. The House of Death. On October 29, 2009, officers finally went to Imperial Avenue. No answer at the door. They entered. The smell told the story first. Rot. Decay. Death. 2 bodies lay inside. Over the next days, investigators uncovered more. In bedrooms. In crawl spaces. Wrapped. Decomposing. 10 women in total. Anthony Sowell had been living among them, sleeping above them, working daily while their families searched. The trial Sowell was captured and brought to trial in June 2011. He faced 82 charges, including aggravated murder, kidnapping, and abuse of a corpse. The jury convicted him. On August 12, Judge Dick Ambrose sentenced him to death. Anthony Sowell now sits on death row at Chillicothe Correctional Institution. But here's the part that lingers long after the verdict. How many warnings were missed? How many cries were dismissed because of who the victims were? How many lives might have been saved if someone had knocked harder sooner? The house on Imperial Avenue is empty now, but the silence it left behind is not